Okay, and so to close this round, after you've worked your last 3 trebles together, you're just going to pop a slip stitch into the top of the first puff. Okay, like that. I'm a bit croaky this morning, I don't know why. Old age or something. It's also very dry. Oh my gosh, we need the rain. I know I talk about it all the time, but we are in quite a drought, and it's getting to the end of summer, so of course everything is very, very dry and dusty. Okay, so don't worry too much about, your little puffs from that round not popping out, but that's all going to be sorted out in subsequent rounds. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck in all these little tails, and your piece should be looking like that. So you just need to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure you've got your 10 puffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's funny how you can miss one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What? I think I have 11 here. I'm not joking. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm going to go back and just, that's why I check. I check before I do my tails, because I find when I'm doing repetitive crochet, my mind starts wandering. I start thinking about all sorts of other things, and then that's where I add a stitch or don't add enough. Okay, well, I'm going to go and rectify my mistake there and sew in all my ends, and that is the end of round number 15, and I shall see you at the beginning of round number 16. Okay, so here we are at round number 16, and the colour that I'm going to be using is tourmaline. It's a lovely bright pink colour in the stonewashed, Skippy stonewashed. And we're going to be doing something a little bit different here. You actually have a few options with this round, number 16. So the first thing we're going to do is work 4 double crochets into a chain 1 space. So any chain 1 space that you've worked between those puffs, right? Okay, so the puffs with the half double crochet front posts. So we start off with a chain 3, and then we're going to work 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so our first chains is of course our first double crochet. Then you're not going to do any chains. You're just going to go straight into the next chain 1, and you're going to work 4 double crochets. Okay, so now we have 8 double crochets together. Now what we're going to do is, so now you have a choice. I'm going to show you with the original piece. Okay, there are double crochets, and I've worked slip stitches kind of along the bottom of our arch and around the puff there, back up again, and then carry on with the double crochets. So that's just one way of bridging it. The other way is you can do 6 chains, and then you can just pop a single crochet into the space over here. So you can do 6 chains, pop a single crochet, 6 chains, and then you can carry on with your double crochets, because this stitch, these are the ones we're going to be working into. So we're not going to be using, those are not, those are purely decorative. And the other option is that you work just a line straight across the front, slip stitches across the front. So where I showed you with the last one, where you're coming down like that and you're kind of doing a V around there and then back again, you can go straight across. So I'm going to show you how to do, so I don't need to show you how to do the chain. So if you don't want to do the fancy bits in the front there, then you can just do the chain 6, single crochet, chain 6, and then back to doing your double crochets. Or you can do this. So what you're going to do is have a look where you worked your last half double crochet front post over your puff like that, okay? And now you're going to let go of that, and you're going to insert your hook through the front. If you've done slip stitches before, these surface slip stitches, then you know it'll be pretty easy. And then we're just going to slip stitch into these holes, so into those spaces you can see. So it's kind of marked for you, you can't go wrong. Okay, and we're going to work 6. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now if you're going to work straight across, then you just need to lift your hook out from your loop, and you just pull it underneath like that, and you continue. So basically these little holes are at the bottom of the stitches above. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, and then you're going to pull your hook out again, and you're into the same spot like that. You're just going to pull your loop to the back, and then basically that's your working you back to your working chain, working yarn. Okay, and then you'll just carry on working your 4 double crochets into your next chain 1 space like that. 2, 3, 4. So now, just for the purpose of this tutorial, with the next one, I'm going to show you how to do, what have I done there? 3, 4. Then you're going to remove your hook, you're going to find that spot, you're going to pull it through to the front, and then you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're going to work over your orange bit. Going to work. Okay, so this is a little bit more tricky, but you know, if you want to do a bit more of a kind of decorative thing. And then the next one you're going to do into that space just below your puff. Then you're going to do next to, so where the other one stopped was there, and you're going to just go, you just find a spot like that, and then back up to top. Okay, you know, like that, and then you just carry on, and then you've kind of worked around there. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have, so you need to just make sure that you have got your 6 stitches on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's your other arrangement. And then you'll just let that go, pull this through like that. Okay, and you're back to kind of your working side, your working bit, or I'm trying to think of the word. I was going to say your working yarn. I suppose your working yarn, right? Because you know the yarn that you're working with in the front, and then you just do 4 double crochets, another 4 double crochets, and you know, I mean, you don't have to do. You can do, you know, if you want to do a decorative kind of effect, you can do one side, like, you know, you can do 2 sides straight along and one side like that, or 4 of them straight, or whatever. Okay, so that's basically your options for round number 16. So your options are you either work 6 chains at the back, all right, and then over there work a single crochet and then 6 chains and then back to your double crochets, or you can work slip stitches across like that, or you can work slip stitches like that. So it's all up to you how you want to do this. So I'm going to, I quite like that. So I'm going to just frog this, and that's what I'm going to do with this one, and I shall see you at the end of this round, which is round number 16. Okay, so as I said, I was going to go for that, you know, going around that path, and so here I am with my working yarn right at the end, and I'm going to just slip a little slip stitch into the top, or in fact you can just slip it in there, that's just as good. Okay, because we are going to be working between those stitches, so that's going to be fine. Okay, so that is pretty much how your work is going to look at this point. I know, hard to believe, it's still quite small. All that work, 16 rounds just for that, but anyway, so you might be wondering why I like all of, you know, these little details. It's because I am an embroidery embroidery fan, but I'm not a fan of cross stitch. I love embroidery, you know, traditional kind of embroidery, that builds up flowers and all sorts of things. Okay, so before I start talking about embroidery and getting completely sidetracked, I'm going to leave you to go and work in my tails and so on, and then I shall see you at the beginning of round number 17. Okay, so we are on round number 17, and round number 17 we are going to be working 2 single crochets between our double crochets from our previous round, and the color I'm using is Amazonite, which is that blue that we used over here. Okay, of course I'm using the Skipper Stone Washed, so I'm going to be using that throughout. I don't have to say stone washed because I think by now you know that I've fallen completely in love with it, and I'm going to be using it throughout the square. Okay, so we're just working 2 single crochets like that between our double crochets from the previous round, and we should have 14, all right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we're going to have 14 of those. And then to bridge our bridging stitches. So our bridging stitches, I was going to say to bridge the gap, but of course there is no gap there. So to get from one set of double crochets to our other set of double crochets, we are just going to work a single, so we're going to just work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to work a single crochet back post around these 5 stitches. So one, bit finicky because we are working into that hole again, you know, 2, like that, 3, 3, 4. You're kind of working through that hole and around the stitch. Can you see there? Like that. Okay, so we've worked 5 of those stitches, and then we're going to skip over the that double treble, and we're going to go into that hole at the base of the whoopsie. We're going to go into the base, so we're skipping that double treble there. We're going into the base and around the stitch, into that hole and around the stitch, into that little hole and around the stitch. That's 3 times. Into that little hole, around the stitch. That's 4 times. And into that little hole and around the last stitch. We should have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that will bring us back to our 2 single crochets between the double crochets from the previous round. 2, 2, 2. See, and I'm just working over my tail as well. Okay, like that. Should have 14 when we're finished here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Push that to the back. Okay, count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going in from there, around the first stitch, through the hole, around the second stitch, through the hole, around the third stitch, through the hole, around the fourth stitch, through the hole, around the fifth stitch. There we go. Okay, so you're just going to carry on like so. Okay, so I think that's pretty easy. Alright, so you can see your little stitches kind of popping through there. And again, the reason I do it that way and I didn't go and do chains and stuff like that at the back is because I like the little stitches in some parts of the design sticking through, and it's very subtle. I mean, you know, you can make it a feature if you're using brighter colors, but you can see even in this one where I did use brighter colors, I used a similar color because, you know, you just want that subtle like little point of interest. You know, somebody will look and go, oh, look at the little stitches there. So, you know, again, that is personal preference. You don't have to do it like that. you can just do chains and then, you know, just pop a single crochet in, you know, make sure that it's in the right spot, and then chains and carry on if that's what you want to do. But I kind of, that's the way I do it. Yeah, I know it's a little bit complicated and finicky and detaily, but you know, it's the way I like to do it. So, but as I say, it's not imperative that you do it like that. You can also just do chains at the back to join those two. So that is round number 17. I'm going to carry on with my round number 17, and I shall see you at the end of round number 17 and the beginning of round number 18. Okay, so we are heading off into round number 18. Round number 18, we are going to be starting in this joining space between our puffs from round number 15, right? Okay, and just above that that double treble, which we are going to be working with later on, so don't worry too much about that now. And what we're going to be doing is a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, which is equal to 1 double crochet. So we're going to be working 3 double crochets. So we're counting that chain 3 as a double crochet, 2 chains. So we're going to work 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets, because in fact it's our new corner. We're creating another corner. Then we're going to yarn over and work 2 double crochets between the next puffs. So that's going to be 2 double crochets times 4. That's 2, 3, 4. Okay, like that. Okay, so 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2 double crochets. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or if your tension is very tight, 5. So I'll just do 5 for the sake of it, but actually 4 is fine. Then you're going to go all the way back down there to your puff from round number 13, I think it was. Round number, no, it wasn't round number 13, it was round number 12, I think. I'm just checking back. Okay, so we are on to round number 17, and the colour that I'm using is called tourmaline. We're going on to round number 18. Round number 18, not round number 17. We've already done round number 17. So round number 18, tourmaline. There it is. Isn't it beautiful? Stonewash kepies. And I am absolutely loving this yarn so much. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our arch of puffs, and we're going to work between the puffs, so 5 on each side. Okay, and that is round number, that was round number 14, I think. Malachite, no, round number 15. So that was round number 15. So we're working into that joining space between those puffs. Okay, so we're finding the central part, and we're going to work 3 chains equal to 1 double crochet, and then we're going to work 2 double crochets. Okay, so it's basically 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. We're creating a corner. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Going to skip over the next puff, and we're going to be working 2 double crochets between the rest of the puffs. So that's going to be 4 times 2 double crochets. Okay, like so. One, two. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2 double crochets. Then we're going to chain 5, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to scoot on all the way down here to round number 13 to that puff, and we're going to work a single crochet front post round the top of that puff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, and we are back to working our 2 double crochets between the puffs. We're going to do that 4 times. I'm going quite fast because of course it's very easy round this. 3, 4, and then we've hit our center mark, which is over here, and you'll see that's directly above that that double treble. Excuse me. And we're going to work 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then of course 2 double crochets again between the rest of the puffs, like that. 1, 2, 3, oops, and not that. Don't do that. Don't do that either. There we go. 1, 2. Okay, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to do a single crochet back post. I hope I didn't say front post. If I said front post, you know I meant back post. Don't do what I say, do what I do. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Just sorry about the noise, but I'm working on a tile because that's where I take my photographs. I thought I'll just do the whole thing, you know, consistency and all that. I shall try my best. Okay, so it's going to look like that, and if you flip it over you're going to have that going on. Right, and what that's going to do with your little puff over there, it's going to give it that nice little poppy bit there, little extra decorative bit. Okay, so don't worry too much about your leaves right now, these, because we are going to be working over them and that'll pull them nice and straight. Okay, at the moment everything looks a little bit like a dog's breakfast. Well, not quite. I think my dogs would be quite happy with a breakfast that looked like this. Okay, so that is round number 18. The colour is tourmaline, as I said before. And I shall see you at the end of this round and the beginning of round number 19. Okay, round number 19. So, what we are going to do, so the colour I'm using here is red jasper, which is maybe not a good idea. Maybe I should, because I think it's going to be quite difficult to see. So I was going to use the red jasper, and now I'm not so sure. So now I think we may use our turquoise again. Okay, so yes, let's go for the turquoise. Because it will probably be easier to see for the purposes of this tutorial, ladies and gentlemen. The one gentleman who's probably watching over his wife's shoulders. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to work a chain 2. So chain 2 is equal to 1/2 double crochet. Then we're going to chain 2 and we're going to work another 1/2 double crochet like that. And then we're going to work a half double crochet over the next 3 double crochets, like so. And then we are going to work, so let me just get some yarn here. We are going to work a double crochet over, oopsie, our puff from round number 15, the malachite. And we're going to work 2 half double crochets over the double crochets. We're going to work a double crochet front post, okay, working front posts over the puff, 2 half double crochet front posts. Sorry, I didn't say front post, but you can see what I'm doing. Front posts over the next 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet over double crochet front post over the puff, 2 half double crochets over the next double crochets, double crochet front post, 1 double crochet front post over the puff, 1 half double crochet over the next 2 double crochets. Okay, and 1 double crochet front post over the last puff, like so. Right, excuse me, sniffing. Then we're going to work a treble front post over our leaf. 1, 2, 3, and we are going to work a chain 1, okay, chain 1, a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, yarn over twice, work, so in fact this is sort of facing the wrong way, but that's my fault because of the way that I did it. We're going to work, so I'm just going to have to live with the fact that I did this way instead of the other way. We're going to do treble front post, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, double crochet front post, yarn over, 2 half double crochets like that. Okay, so that's going to look like that. So as I said before, not so happy with that. When I did it, I wasn't concentrating and it basically flipped around, so it should have been done with the stitches going there, but all of you are much better crocheters than I am, so you will know that. So we're going to work, I'm just going to work all of this with you, not the whole square. Okay, then we're going to work 2 half double crochets like that, so 1 over each of the double crochets. We're going to work a double crochet front post. Okay, we're going to work 2 half double crochet front posts. Okay, I'm not always saying front post, but you can see what I'm doing, so you know it's a front post. Okay, double crochet front post, half double crochet front post over the next 2 double crochets, double crochet front post over the next puff, yarn over, half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet, oopsie, no, I was thinking, no, hang on a second, something's not right there. Half double crochet front post over the next 3 double crochets, 1 half double crochet into the chain space, chain 2, 1 half double crochet, and then 1, 2, 3 half double crochet front posts over the double crochets, okay, and then a double crochet front post over the first puff, half double crochet front post over the next 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet front post over the next puff, 1 half double crochet front post over the next 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet front post over the next puff, 1 half double crochet front post over the next 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet front post over the next puff, 1 half double crochet front post over the next 2 double crochets, and then the last puff, 1 double crochet front post, okay, right, so it's going to look like that, okay, and then 1 treble front post over your leaf, from round number 14, I think, yes, tourmaline, no, malachite, no, 15, okay, and then single crochet into that chain space behind from round number 15, I think it's round number 15, why do I keep on saying round number 14, it is round number 15, I'm looking in my 13, 14, yep, it's round number 15, okay, so you've chained 2, done another single crochet into that chain space, yarn over twice, and you're working a treble front post over your leaf, and then directly after that a double crochet front post, and then you're back to working your half double crochet front posts over your double crochets, okay, like so. Again, here we go. So I'm just going to pull this out because of the noise. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. You're going to have your 2 single crochets worked into those chain spaces behind there. So you're working into, you're working into 2 rows at once. You're working into round number 15, and you're also working into your round number 18 as well. Okay, like that. So you're going to have that going on, you see, and again that gives it that 3D effect. It looks like little hearts kind of in between peeking out from there. Okay, so that is round number 19, and I shall see you at the end of round number 19 and the beginning of round number 20.